Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of It's Raining Out and We Can't Get No Work Done Today. At least not on our crew. I mean, it's just nasty. So, our crew was shut down. The other crew's in a better situation, which is what the whole event happened last week. Yada, 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 cylinder spraying out oil. A lot of love from you guys because you guys are all feeling bad for me now because we got a little hate. That's fine. Everything's great. So we're back at the shop today and getting these two things situated. So, yeah, all this stuff's been pulled out and we're in the middle of swapping everything over. Everything is getting swapped over. So, yeah, there's all kinds of, all this stuff has to go in there. The problem is after a while, you just end up throwing a bunch of stuff in that tool truck that you don't have to have, but you need once or twice. And you don't need it anymore. And what happens is it gets left in there and you end up with this pile of crap. So you end up with filters that you don't need. There's stuff in there that we'll never, ever use again. So the machines that we don't have that we had 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So right now we got them backed up. We're swapping stuff out. And it was interesting looking at these two trucks. That one's way shorter than this one. This one was always top heavy. And that one's wider. So we actually have more room in there, shorter ceilings. You can just tell these tires come right out to the edge, and the other ones are actually stick out a ways. So you got actually 9 inches wider in that one than this box, which is really nice because we'll have a little more room. It's not going to be so top heavy. And this box was always jacked on this thing because years ago, many years ago, what had happened is we were getting a tree from way out back, a Christmas tree, me and Donald, and I pulled the Christmas tree up here to put in the office. This was back when the part that we're standing in didn't even exist. Since then we've added on a bunch. But anyways, he drives the tool truck back and he backs this tire into a hole that's probably 4 feet deep. I'm sorry, it would have been the opposite side. And this box, that right there was level with the door handle. That's how much it had tweaked. And the only thing that stopped it was the steps on the other side hit the dirt, and it stopped it from ripping this whole box off. This whole box almost completely flopped off this truck. I literally fell on the ground crying. I couldn't breathe, laughing. So what had happened is all those little tabs got welded in there trying to hold the box back on. And as you can tell, they're all busted and rusted off by now. And that's all cracked. And you can't get U-bolts in there because there's a floor and you'd have to put a plate at the top and redo it all. And then they're all not attached anyway. So that was this box has always been floppy on here. And it's always been an issue, and it's gutless. That's another problem. And then it just started acting up and giving us fits, and it doesn't steer worth beans. It's just a big mess. So that's our Polly pushed it with a skidder. She's had a rough life, but she served her purpose, and for the price Mike bought it, it served us well. It served us well, and she's got many a scars on her. That's from a grapple hitting it when someone was getting fuel. Anytime you see orange along there, that's always the chipper. And even right there, this old girl's been good. She's been good to us, and we've had wire fires. We've had all kinds of stuff happen to this old thing. So this thing's rough. But up there's a hole from the chipper. Man, saying goodbye to this girl. I remember when she got here, we thought this thing was most excellent. So, yeah, this whole thing here is not easy to get up into. But she's gutted. So, gutting her out. Everything's getting cleaned out. Like I said, there's these right here go to a John Deere. We don't even have them around. Well, I guess we got one out there. But like these, that's a air conditioning belt for Cummins. We aren't running those anymore. And I believe those are too. So a couple stuff you don't need anymore. And it just gets thrown in here, and then you end up with a pile of hoses like that that you don't use. So, gutting her out. There's all kinds of stuff up in here but there's all kinds of goodies everywhere. There's an O-ring kit for a fuel filter for the V12. There's just all kinds of just goodies everywhere that the old girl has left in her, but that's the main pile is right there. So we have to organize that and then put it all in here. So we're getting started. And we've made some significant changes, some really nice changes. That tool bench is 2 foot shorter than that bench. See how she comes right to the back? And here you got a bunch more room. What we're planning on doing, we'll see how it works out, is putting the welder here. And you'll have a lot of this open. That's kind of the idea. So I'm making, like I said, a few changes that'll hopefully be better than that tool truck. But like I said, we're wider in here and the ceiling's not as tall, and which is nice. Fitting bin set up the exact same way as the other one was. Spot for torches. The new toolbox is in, and we will be putting, it's got a nice little outlet center here, so we'll put our power inverter probably up here on the wall so that you can charge up our batteries and do all that. So hopefully that works. That'll work good, I think. We have it set up now to where all the wrenches go up there. We'll have a big set, and then we can put our 3/4 stuff somewhere else, not in there, so we don't break it. Even though it says 1,800 pounds, I don't want to put 1,800 pounds in it because it's not great going down the road. Somebody had said just put some thin OSB or something down on these. The problem with these is not these, it's the hinges. They get racked pretty good. So we'll still probably like to put something on the floor and still run a strap over it for when we're driving down the road, just to make sure, because these toolboxes just don't hold up in here. It just is one of the things that gets just beat up. I think this is the second one we put in here. And like, those are all ripped out of them. Nothing works like it's supposed to. And yeah, we just got messes to clean up. There's a little bit of everything everywhere. But none of the drawers work right in that. It's just too difficult. So we're halfway through. We're getting everything switched over, changed over. But getting a new bench grinder coming. And we got more fittings coming. That's what I've been doing today, organizing fittings. Just getting some stuff organized from here at the shop. Got a bunch getting ordered today to fill this up, because we're kind of at our bare minimum in here, because we're not obviously running like crazy. So we're getting everything organized. Everything is going to work out just beautifully. So we're getting it cleaned up. First aid. Going on, Slacker.
Slacker, I got you, Slacker.
Got her? Perfect. Moving around out. And just the third lift kit. floor right there, baby. Literally. Oh, there's sparks flying down here. Oh, that's got live power there. That one does. She might burn down before we can park her. Drive right off the cliff. Mud bogging. I don't know where to park her. Park her out here in the old line. Oh, floored. I mean, this thing's literally floored right now. Packed right out. No sliding in sideways. Yeah, I know how to get her to lock the brakes up. That way she'll stay in one spot. I think we got her. The old girl's been good. Hey, we'll take that with us. We can put that in some other junk. See, I told you. Lock them brakes up. Just like what we wanted. Shut the window. I gotta shut the window. She's all cleaned out. 98% worth of cleaned out. Yeah, she'll might have to pull her head a little bit. Keep it out of the log truck's way. But for right now, we'll leave her sit here. And I don't know if we'll be getting in her again. Not anytime soon. Bye-bye, old girl. Back. It's actually the next day because I did the video yesterday and then I went and worked this morning and we're back. But Jeremy got the step looking like a champ in here. We got that fixed. We tore that off last night. We did some fabricating. They did some fabricating. I didn't do anything. I just showed up today. And we're getting there. Stuff's changing quick. So, we did get a new bench grinder for it. That's one thing that was junk in the other one. So we got a new one for here. Everything else is pretty much the same as the other one. So, the bench is, we already discussed that, shorter. And then the welder's going to sit right here. And we'll cut our wire to wherever we need the welder. That's going to get put in the morning. You're going to bring the tractor and pick it up and set it in here. And then that's your exhaust plumbing to go out the wall. Everything's coming along. This is a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. They come out of the old tool truck because we just wanted to get it out of that wreck out of here. So she's out back. And some hooks that are going to get welded along here. And just a bunch of odds and ends. And then I got a bunch of sockets there. What had happened was that everything in the other toolbox was just thrown in there like that. And it would be nice if they were actually in the little plastic racks like we have here, where they're actually, you can set them in there right so that they look nice, so they don't look like this. So you're not spending 15 minutes trying to find a 8mm, you know what I mean? So we're picking them up tomorrow. So then we can go through our sockets and see which ones we have, which ones we don't have, and we can put them all in there and do all that. So we just got a few things sorted out, organized out, and we got some screwdrivers coming, some miscellaneous tools that we didn't have in here are coming. So that's kind of the update on the tool truck. Couple days this thing will be good to go because she did get lettered up today. That was one thing that had to get done. So that got all done. 30, number 30. The dirty 30.
The dirty 30?
That's what we're calling it already.
I turned the dirty 30
Did you?
next month.
Oh, there you go. I turned there a long time ago, 3 years ago.
That's not a long time ago.
Oh, goodness. Time flies. After 30, it's just over. It's just over after 30. Pretty much. You only look forward to that.
After 25.
So then we got to start putting all this stuff in there because all this stuff belongs in there. So I'll start, I won't be here, but start sifting through it because we don't need, I don't know why we have so much 1-inch holes, but we do. We don't need both of them. And like we don't need that milk crate full of them chains because those are all junkers pieces. And we don't need that extra fuel hose or the single belt for the V12 or that box of chain or that box of chain or that box of chain. And then we got more wrenches over there in that, but just kind of sorting everything out. A lot of these filters don't even go to anything that we have anymore. So all this will get sorted out, and there's an extra starter for the V12 too. So I think that's a good one. So yeah, we'll just go through all this, and we don't need that air hose, and just a bunch of stuff that we don't have to have. We want to put in there. We don't need all them jugs. So she's gonna fill up quick. That's the one thing, is she is gonna fill up quick. So that's the update. Update. She's coming along good, but it's gonna fill up fast. Thanks for watching. We'll come back at you. We got some more organizing to do, and we'll keep you updated in the old tool truck. So just keep rolling, everybody. They haven't worked on the V12 yet. That's supposed to be getting done here shortly because they got the 7.3 done. So the V12, the V12 block, the comparison to that, to your big 7.3 over here. The 7.3 doesn't seem that big when it sits next to the V12 block.